Hello, and welcome back to Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. Last time, I finished up the 7-star village quests. The muscle memory has been killed in this. Interacting with the food. I don't remember where the creamy waffles are, because that was the easiest one to get the roll advantage, which is good. But I finished everything but the harvest tours that I should just finish at some point. But the next one I want to do is 4-star hub, which has at least a few monsters that are fun and not just repeats of low rank. Like I hate this one. I'm definitely doing Kecha Wacha because it's a cool monster. I think I do Powerful Team and Kecha Wacha, depending on how long it takes. It should be pretty. I don't actually know this. I don't think. I can't remember if the A step has temperature. Well, it is what it is. I'll have to figure it out more in the future. Play it more, remember it. I probably should have selected a map. Oh, okay, that's convenient. Oh, okay. Kecha Wacha is a fun design. I think it's one of the most interesting, like, animal choices. Like, I think, I believe it's based on eyes. It's such a cool, well, partially at least, the claws. I'm bad. Like the long claws, I think would be eye based. And it has so much that's interesting. Like the weird hood effect is kind of funny. I'm a little iffy on that hit. It's a weird monster. I've only hunted it once so far. But it's cool. I think it should come back. Like seeing it in a newer game with higher quality graphics would be great. Though it might look a little goofy, I'm not sure. It might work best in this sort of style. It's very confusing. Like what it's trying to do does not make a lot of sense with how it is moving around. Like, oh, what the heck? It had to run there to fly. It can fly. That's annoying. It could have just ran there. It would have been faster to run. It's so goofy. The fact that it can fly, which makes sense, it has wings, but it's weird. It definitely should have just pathed this way instead of flying. I think any area like this, it's not worth trying to fight on the lower level because the monster will go up and cause its own issues. And then you have to wait for it, and it's not very fun. It's an interesting back for a monster. Like its spine juts out a ton. It's kind of weird. think these vertical areas are not great. They're much more annoying than they are fun. It's sort of... I do imagine that there is a reason that I don't think World or Sunbreak have any of these weird multi-leveled zones. And I assume that reason is not technical, though that it is possible that it's for technical reasons. I didn't expect it to turn that much midair. I thought it was going in a straight line. Okay, this is not a very bright monster. It doesn't really have the spacing. Oh, it always turns, maybe. It doesn't have the spacing of its own attacks worked out. Oh, it can really spin? Oh, it actually just commits to spinning. I prefer attacks like that, where it's not like a readjustment to hit you. It's a little annoying, but when it's just them being committed to rotating, like doing like a 360, 270 hit, so it's predictable, I think it's better. I think I sit for a second on the off chance that it goes to sleep. I don't think it will. But it's possible, because I don't know enough. Okay, hopefully it's on the ground by now. Okay, this zone is not very good either. Like, there's certain zones that have started showing up in the high rank part of the game that I really don't like. Visually, wonderful. This is a great looking locale, but it has so many zones that are just... they feel unsuited for the game. No, it doesn't fly. They cheat. It didn't fly up, it just jumped up. Yes, it flapped its wings, but... its ascent into the sky is the same as like a Rajang or a Blanganga, because they're the same model, I believe, or like skeleton or something. It's the impression that I have. It's not model because it's different, but like they're the same category, I think. Which I kind of want to check, because if they are, then that feels weird. Just the way they are laid out seems like the skeleton's probably the same. That's pretty cool. The hole opening up and me being able to aerial jump down. I need to check what Kecha Wacha is classified as. Kecha Wacha. I really like the monster. It's cool. It's a fanged beast, which is correct. Is what I assumed it was a fanged beast. I guess Rajang doesn't exactly have threatening fangs. They're not predominant in the design. Makes sense. I like... It's a really fun monster. It's not like the ultimate monster to hunt, but it's interesting. There's so many fun animals they could probably make monsters out of that I probably can't think of, but I don't know if they've ever made any deer monsters. Because deers could work well with like hornbreak type elements. It could make for cool weapons. It's kind of... occasionally it's fun to think about what would make for an interesting design. Sorry, what's the Grandmaster's Trials? It's 5 Conchu. Weird. I don't really like Celtis. But that could just be because I fought it in that map out in the the map I was just on. Which I don't think is a very good map. Just the vertical stuff is really awkward. Especially for something like Celtis that sort of flies. I mean, it does fly, but flying is different. Like a Rathalos flying versus a Celtis flying. Very different fights. But actually, was there like ballista ammo? Oh, cool. It's actually a multi at the same time. I didn't expect that. That's a nightmare. But also it's more efficient. Because if I can hit them both, then I do double damage. This is one place where I actually really liked Wyvern riding from Rise. When you have multiple monsters in an area like this, and you can take advantage of both of them to do as much damage to each other as possible. It was fun for those. I mean, these guys are gonna have low HP totals, so it's gonna be... Is that proof of a hero? Feels a little over, done for a Macau and a Velocidrome. I'm not playing this very well. It could just be... There it is. It took a long time. I don't think it is, because it... I'm not sure. I haven't heard it in a while. I don't think it has been played much in this game yet, outside of maybe right now. But I'm uncertain, because... Is he dead? I can still bounce off of it, that's cool. I mistimed it. I was hoping I could go for a perfectly timed jump. Oh, whatever, committed, because it's out of energy anyway. Oh, that was super fortunate. And entirely unintended. Is it dead? Nope. I hope they give me time to harvest both. Probably not, though. Whoa, that was a weird slide. Oh, that's what I was kind of hoping for earlier. A miss into a jump. I like the dinosaur. Oh, monster came. So yeah, I don't have time. I like the dinosaur themed, but the dinosaur-like monsters. Oh, yeah, it went away real quick. Not even worth the effort. But the other, like Celtis, I fought it once. It wasn't very fun to fight, but I do think it's a cool design. And that's ignoring the fact that I have never fought Celtis Queen, which is probably an even cooler design. And maybe an even more annoying fight. By virtue of there being Celtises in the Celtis Queen fight. This is why I hate Celtis though. This movement is awful. It just won't stop shifting around, which fits the bug design really well. Like it's great design-wise. It's just simply not fun to fight, in my opinion. Probably in my best interest to kill the Bulldrome first, because it's so easy to kill. I was really hoping that the fact that the Celtis has collision would stop the Bulldrome from hitting me. But that was not to be. It actually is kind of a bonus annoyance. Celtis's face doesn't let me... It's too tall, so I can't go over the front when I, you know, do the aerial jump. Oh, can't catch me. My palicos are the main cause of this problem. I think that's a high rank change. Like the most minor high rank change imaginable. But I don't think in low rank Bulldrome ever charged into a shorter charge after. That's cool. It's like the most minor change, but it being a minor change is what's cool about it to me. Ooh, that hit me. Unfortunate. I don't know what's oh, that's very confusing. These multi-monster types of hunts are kind of a weak point, in my opinion, because the game kind of doesn't flow very well. Is the Bulldrome dead already? It is. Like, it just sort of doesn't suit the style of the combat to me. It's about managing the two monsters and dancing around and avoiding them. It makes sense. But it doesn't fit to me. I think there's a lot of... The jaw is still moving. Like the appeal for me is the... And I mean there is this, but that's still just an extra method of managing monsters as opposed to just fighting them. And it's the fighting that's the main appeal. Where... Okay. I mean, this is gonna be kind of... I wonder if that's... if they designed this quest this way. Like with the timing on Bulldrome. So that the final monster would be appearing alone. That was terrible. Because Bulldrome is... It really seems like it's the weakest monster in the game. Like, without a doubt, it's the monster that I've killed the fastest every time I've fought it. Okay. So I kind of wonder if that could be an intentional, hey, you face the Gendrome 1v1 at the end as sort of a more wrapping up fight. I don't know if that should have hit that way, but mostly because it just wastes time. It's not going to kill me. Will paralyze me though. Which actually, the paralysis is a good deal more annoying. Just like ground tremors, because it puts the weapon away. Which means that I can't use 100% of the sword bar or sword gauge. Please just cooperate, Gendrome. Oh, cool! It did 2 jumps in a row. I could die right here. Too aggressive. Yeah, the 2 jump in a row is kind of neat. It's a little annoying. But that has to be a very minor high rank difference. I don't think it did that in low rank. It's kind of one of the things that I think is really fun about always anticlimactic when it dies to a Palico boomerang. But it's one of those things that's weird, or that's good. Not weird. Good about monsters showing up in low rank. Because I enjoy, like, okay, they have a low rank moveset. Often they have a slightly different 1 or 2 more attacks in high rank. And some more changes in master rank. You get that progression that's kind of fun. Is this gonna be ballistas? No, first aid meds. Oh. I forgot. I got too used to high rank quests and them not providing me with supplies. This is an arena. I had supplies that whole time. Oh well. It is what it is. That was also a very short quest. That seems bad. Crit status and minus status? That seems particularly... Fuck, this is the delay. This seems particularly bad and I want to check, but like... That's like terrible, I think. This one's not great either, but... Status is... Increases the potency of abnormal status attacks. Crit status increases abnormal status attack potency of your critical attack hits. They don't work together at all. Of course, you're not going to get negative 10 status necessarily, so that doesn't actually matter. But regardless, it's like one of the worst pairs of skills. There has to be worse, but I can't imagine what it would be. Well, I guess, like, negative expert and critical boost, or crit up, would be pretty bad. Demon Riot? Bug Blow. Presumably an insect glaive. I guess crit element and negative element would be the same, effectively. I should really look more at the various food effects. I should do the Celtis. I can do some of the collecting stuff after the Celtis. Assuming the Celtis doesn't take half an hour. Which it is possible. Given it could just take longer than that first hunt I did. It could take longer than both hunts I just did. Which is not likely. I still think it is possible. I don't think I've been to this part of this map. What a cool area. I like it. I mean, it could take me 10 minutes to find the monster. What like, visually, I like all of this stuff. It's all really cool. It just doesn't help the gameplay. All the nice visual, like the visual effects of these multi-layered areas don't help the gameplay. And these weird walls you can't go over, so you have to find a place to drop down, which are not hard to find, but it's just kind of awkward. Oh, and then this transition zone looking terrible because it's just a transition zone and you're not fighting there, so they don't put the effort to make it look good. Which, it's efficient. They don't really benefit from making those intermediate areas look good. I'm kind of intentionally running this way. It's a fun sound. Okay, an eagle or hawk sort of sound doesn't really work. Grabbing this just because I can. It really... I mean, it's a bit of a mix of sounds. Like that, like, hunting bird cry is a little bit out of place. Or bird of prey cry is a bit out of place. But it does capture the, like, you're out in a, rural area and you hear, animal noises, like you're near a lake and you hear a loon. I haven't heard the sound of a loon in a very long time. But it's recognizable. And they're kind of... I think they're pretty cool birds. I wonder... Like, they live on the water. But I don't know... What the... I hit my cat, that's why. I don't know the definition of waterfowl. I don't think calling a loon a waterfowl is correct. Like, my assumption is there's probably another factor to the definition of fowl that might not include loons. But when I have a second, I will actually check that. I'll do surface level research on loons. What a weird monster. I guess last time I fought a Celtis, which was still high rank, and in the village, so less HP, but I was using low rank gear still. Whereas now I'm actually using proper high rank equipment. So I'm doing more damage, it staggers more, Ah, whatever, it's gonna fly. They're aquatic birds. Oh yeah, what? How are waterfowl different? Water fowl. Antheriforms. Okay, I cannot. Oops, I made the wrong path. It's fine. Amin. Anseribaba. Ananama. Gavia, Gavidae, Gaviform. But those are not families. No, Gavidae is the family. Okay. It's asleep. Do bugs sleep like this? I mean, I have no reason really to believe they don't. It never crossed my mind. Because there's so many insects that live like a day, 2 days. They don't live very long. A day or two might be a little low. So yeah, they're definitely not no, order Antheriform. Yeah, Gaviform, not that. They're both in the class Aves, Aves, which is just birds. Did I harvest? Okay, I did good. It's kind of interesting. Oh, these crested grebes are also water birds. They're not part of that because they're a different clade. But greaves are in the same group as house sparrows. They look very, I mean, obviously, families, genuses are fairly diverse. It's not a very specific. It's, you know, far up on the tree. There's a lot of variety. But it's a little more surprising. Oh, that was big. I don't know whether that was biggest or not. Loons, North American English, or divers, British/Irish English, are a group of aquatic birds. With more information, obviously, but actually, I'm going to do a gathering quest. I wonder why. I mean, obviously, the genetics can differentiate them. We can eat this. I wonder what etymology and taxonomy. Oh, that's really mean. Apparently, the North American name loon comes from the loon's poor ability to walk on land, according to Birds of the World by Marshall Cavendish from 2008. Slagtop oils. do crystal bones. I don't know how to get these. They probably come from... Actually, but they wouldn't come from bone. Excuse me, sorry. What? They just put one of those crystals on its side and shoved it into the ground. That's kind of goofy. So this is primal 2, 2, 3, 3, 4, 5, 7, 8, 9. Supposedly area 5 has it. I am in area 5. What was the ba-ba-da-ba there? Oh. I'm assuming it's for mining because the icon, the quest's icon, I think suggested mining. I hate small monsters. Carbonite ore is good to get. Okay, so I'm gonna mine and collect bones. That's a dead Kelby. It's kind of interesting considering you can't kill Kelby, I think. Then maybe you can. Maybe if you hit them enough, you do kill them. That frame rate in the background. Oh, wait. That's a cool design. I wonder how... I mean, what monster could it be? I wonder if there's actually ever been a monster that's that big. I know Dolometer's big, but I don't know if it's that big. Might even be a Dolometer, for all I know. Because I don't know which game this map is from. Oh, 2 crystal bones, good. Because this map could be from... is it For You? Or 4, not For You. And Dolometer's in 4? So I think it would make sense if it was like a Dolometer related bone. If this map is from 4. If this map is from before 4, then it's not Dolometer related. Okay, nothing to mine. I'm gonna get a map. Just to make it a little smoother. Sorry. So I want to go to 2. The Primal Forest is from Monster Hunter 4. So it absolutely could be meant as a reference to Dolometer, for all that I know. Ooh, they flew very close this time. It's kind of... Giant creatures are fun. Plenty of games like hint at giant creatures and then don't actually pay up. Like... 2x crystal bone. Like, oh, that's annoying. I pressed it because I gave up, because I thought he would knock me down again, but, like, the Borderlands 2 game from 2012, fairly widely known, I believe. Oh, that's where I started, isn't it? Okay, we're going to area 7, then 8. Oh, actually. Area 9 might have it. But it had a bunch of large creature bones in the outer areas, like out of bounds. And it didn't really deliver on the premise. Like, there were a few large enemies, but it didn't really fulfill the giant monster quota. Of course, it was a shooter, so it's totally different, but it's sort of easy set decoration. Okay, it's the rust shards. Oh, wait, do rust shards give weapons at the end of the hunt? Which is why it gives the ba-ba-da-ba, because you got a free weapon? Maybe. Maybe I need to do that, because there's there's a switch axe that you can't craft, but you upgrade it from something that I assume you have to gather in some manner. Well, my throat. So maybe I'm gonna have to grind rust shards. 3 per hunt. Or maybe you can deliver them at the home base area. So that's good, RNG. Hey, that's good. Cool. That's that. But yeah, it's like... Oh, that's terrible looking. It's easy to decorate, an area with, oh, in the periphery, places you can't interact with, there's giant bones. I mean, it works. It works well. It's kind of like, oh, put a potted plant in the scenery of a sitcom. I don't watch sitcoms, but like, there's some things that you can just put, they fit, and it's suitable. In a game where giant monsters are, believable, it's easy to just put giant bones. It's probably the easiest, other than, grass. It's one of the easier things to just sort of place into the world. And you don't always have to actually pay up and make use of the giant monsters. You can. This game I believe it has to a certain extent. I could be underestimating Kilometer's width. I know it's super long. I just don't know how wide it is. Good carbonite ore. None of those are that good. That looks pretty interesting. Because it's not just an iron weapon. Oh, that's actually plus, not plus minus. That's actually something. I really should be trying to replace my current talisman. Because it's not good. It has basically no meaningful impact on the game. Like, ooh, I eat fewer rations and less well-done steaks. He probably wanted to talk before. Maybe not, though. Ah. I betcha this guy's... I was looking at... I have a page about loons open still. There is other belief that it might have different... Name loon might have different origins? Oh, wait. But... Oh, I didn't click the thing. I don't know enough. Sunsnug is still fine because I didn't end up sending them to trade. I think I do flashbugs still. Just continue trading for them. Because you can never have too many. Well, I mean, I actually think in this game, you can have too many flash bombs. Because inventory space is limited. Which is kind of silly, I think. I'm not sure whether inventory is limited in World and Rise, though. I wouldn't be surprised if it was. And I just never noticed it. Because it never comes into play, just like the limited space here isn't really going to come into play anytime soon. Yeah. Powerful flavor. It's fun to think about the different common like frequently used decorations that are just repeated because they're kind of simple. I'm gonna just very quickly check. Slag Toth oil are body carves from Slag Toth, which means I don't want to do that as a prowler. That's confusing. I thought that was the bone thing, not just generic carving, like specifically bones. I guess I only have one more non-combat minor quest. Because killing small monsters is a lot easier with a hunter. So this will be the last quest for today, which is not... Oh, shoot. Which is not the most interesting, but it's kind of fun. I do like that, to a certain extent, these quests don't scale. Oh, there's two large monsters. That's cool. Oh, not poison water. What a shame. Like, I like that the quests don't, so far, scale in high rank. So, like, the monsters will be slower to kill. These meaningless gathering quests will be at least a little bit faster comparatively. I should be mining, actually. 'Cause I only ever mine as a prowler. So I should mine at every point that I see. But then this will take longer. It's an interesting map. Oh, it's kind of pretty. I mean, that mountain range looks like they had a texture and they just chopped it. It looks pretty bad. Not problematically bad, it just doesn't look great. 2 mushroom sets. I do enjoy the change to gathering. Like dedicated gathering points instead of RNG. It's a great improvement. Because like, oh, you're gathering from one point, it gives you any of like 4 different items. I wonder what the other monster's gonna be. It'd be cool if it was a Celtis Queen. Ooh. I do need 20 though. I think these might only stack to 10. I'm not sure. Something's landing. It is another Celtis. Not a Celtis Queen, which is sad, but... Get out of here, Celtis. No one likes you. I bet some people like Celtis. It's a monster that I can see the appeal of. There's a few monsters that I don't see the appeal in the slightest, but... Celtis is not one of them. I don't like it a ton. I think it's cool looking. I think fighting it's annoying. Okay, it does stack to at least 15, and there's no way everything stacks in like 1, 5, 10, 20. There's no way it only stacks to 15. It'd be pretty funny if it stacked to 11. This is where I started, right? Maybe not. Huh. I'm not climbing that. No, this... The climbing's gonna be annoying, but it's a rocky area. I think that gives a decent chance of mushrooms. Not amazing, but... Oh, that's cool. And incredibly annoying. If it attacked, but it doesn't attack, so it's a non-issue. Okay, this is where I would expect mushrooms to be. So I'm not going to keep climbing. It's going to go... Where is this going to go? It's going to go back to the one I was at before? No, it's this one. Okay. It's a pretty map. It's all just pictures made into a background, but it still looks nice. Like that actually just looks like a photograph of like Mount Everest or something. Just a mountain range picture. Like not drawn or animated or created in any way, just a legitimate picture that they took to like Photoshop or something and made the precise shape they wanted, or removed the sky from the background. If it was, you know, a produced image, that's impressive. If it's a photo, that's efficient. Like, I would not hold it against them just taking pictures of real mountains and putting it in the background to make it look good. So it's a much more efficient use of their time. I think these are the slag... Not this. The slag toths are the ones with jowls? I think jowl is the right word. Yeah, it's just jaw, lower jaw. It's like bloodhound. Bloodhound? Skin hanging like that. No mushrooms. Yeah. The dangly. What? I guess I got the map wrong. I thought this one was in the bottom right, not the bottom left. If I'd noticed that this was zone 1, I probably could have figured that out, though. It looks so bad. It's fine, there's no actual issue. It's just like seeing the desolate landscape just looks pretty funny. I think this looks better. They just added a bunch of random pillars of stone. You committed. Make sure it dies. The pillars of stone help a lot in making it not look like a desolate landscape. In a, like, artistically desolate. It's kind of annoying to be like, oh, yep. Max blue mushroom, max blue mushroom. A nest. What? What does that do? Do I have to be a hunter to interact with that? And if so, does a bird fly me somewhere? I really hope a bird picks me up and flies me to where I need to go. A la Dark Souls. When did Dark Souls release? I mean, it's fairly old. Dark Souls 2011? Yeah. That could be a curl up into a ball and get picked up by a giant crow. And it could be a reference. Probably isn't. But I would have to learn that. I might do that after, actually. I can do a, do the hunt, the harvest tour. I can do the harvest tour for the, whatever this place is called. Ancestral step. And see if they'll let me interact with that as a hunter, see what happens. Which, if it picks me up and takes me to the very top of the map, that would be very annoying. I really don't... There must be some sort of hint within Dark Souls that suggests to curl up in a ball to be picked up by a crow to go back to the asylum, but it's very hard for me to imagine. Okay, no, there's no way it doesn't it carries you somewhere, because there's 3 of them. It's impossible that that's like a pick you up, unless there's 3 locations that you can be carried to. That feels unlikely. That feels overly fast travel. I will check. But it wouldn't fit, I think. It might... I'm saying this because I really don't know. It feels out of place. But I'll find out soon. I never actually read the name of Demon's Souls properly. I always was like, oh, Demon Souls. But it's a possessive name. It's Demon's Souls. Which makes sense, because the whole thing is collecting the souls of demons. But I never actually read that properly. I've never played it either. But it's kind of interesting. Okay. I need to be a hunter to test. I wonder what they... have planned since Elden Ring. A step. In we go. Wait, they had a... Okay, they had a game that I know nothing about. I should probably grab this. I should grab this as well while I'm here. So Dark Souls 2... Monster Hunter Diary, Poka Poka Iroh Village DX. What? Developed by From Software as a spin-off. That's so weird. Yeah, there's nothing here. Interesting. I wonder what these are for. It's like I couldn't interact with it with a prowler, but it actually just had a crossed off interaction. Huh. Maybe you need to place an item there? And it's a secret summoning ritual for a Delometer who then eats you alive. Something goofy like that. I don't know. That's cool. It is funny that my search into Dark Souls got me to... It took me back to Monster Hunter somehow. In a very weird route. the Monster Hunter game had an expansion pack that was Monster Hunter Diary Poca Poca Iroh Village G. And then the DX version. It was originally 2010 for the PSP. DX was released for the 3DS in 2015. That's so weird. I mean, the Wikipedia page is... Oh. The English Wikipedia page, at least, is basically non-existent. There's very little information there. That is 9.5 years ago. That's very funny. That's weird. That's so weird to see. Like, Armored Core Verdict today, Dark Souls 2, Dark Souls 2 Scholar of the First Sin, Bloodborne, Monster Hunter Diary, Poca Poca Iroh Village DX, Dark Souls 3, and then De Racine, which I don't know what that is. So it's some virtual reality game? Maybe? I'm not sure. And then it's back to Sekiro, Elden Ring. Yeah. That was a bit of a sidetrack, but stopping here for today. Next time I continue with the hub. And those are Dragonators in that ship back there, aren't they? That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'll continue with this next time. Have a nice day. Bye-bye.